Holy, 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 holy ground. Hi there. Welcome to the fifth and final day of Holy Ground, an online summer program for kids presented by Rising Spirit with St. Mary's Anglican Church, Ponoka. My name's Robin. Thanks for joining me today. We gather on lands walked for thousands of years by people of the First Nations. Here we honor the history, the culture, and the spirituality of the First Nations that signed Treaty 6 with us. And we remember our responsibility as treaty members, our responsibility to live with love and care and kindness and peace. We also honor the heritage and the gifts of Métis people. Wherever we are, may we live the respect that our words offer. So this is our fifth and final day, and we've had a week, haven't we? We've had a week of talking about, we've been talking about how we are connected. We are in a relationship, not only with each other, but with God, and especially with the earth, this wondrous creation that we live in and on. And we started out on Monday with a story about Moses. Moses talking to God. God was trying to reach Moses, and Moses couldn't hear God very well, and God said, "Take off your shoes, Moses. You're standing on holy ground." And when Moses did, he suddenly found that he could hear God better, and he wondered about that, and God said, "Well, Moses, it's like this. I'm in all things. Don't you remember the creation story? In the beginning there was nothing, and God created. The Spirit of God, the energy, the love of God created light and dark, the sky and the earth, the universe, this land and water, the soil, the plants, the grass, the trees, all of the animals. And it was pretty amazing and wonderful, as we can still plainly see. And then God created us, that same spirit, and energy and power of God, but created us also from the earth that had already been created. So we are both of God and of the earth. We are in a very special and very important relationship with each other, with God, and with the earth. And Moses found that when he thought about that more, and he took off his shoes and he touched the earth and tried to think about how connected he was to the earth, he found he could hear God's voice speaking in everything, that God was truly in all things. And then we heard a story from Jesus. We heard a story from Jesus about how God's love is like seed, the seeds that we plant. And the story he told was about a gardener who threw seed everywhere. And the seed landed in all sorts of different places, not just in the soil, but all sorts of places. And Jesus used that as a way to remind people that all things, however, whatever, whoever they are created in love and worthy of love, just as they are. And then we heard a story about Jesus and the disciples being on a lake in a storm, and the disciples are in a boat and they're in trouble, and Jesus comes to them on the lake, and he invites Peter to come out on the water with him, and instead of being able to be on the water with Jesus, Peter sinks because he's afraid. He sees a storm, and Jesus says to Peter that he should have faith, but not just in God and in Jesus, but faith in himself, and faith in his connection to the world around him, to use the energy of the storm and the water and ride the waves and be with them, not fight them, but be with them and use them to help him get to the other side. And then we heard a story we heard a story from Jesus. It sounded really familiar because it was the same story we'd heard the other day, but it wasn't the same because Jesus wanted us to look at it a little bit differently. Instead of being like the seed in the story, we were like the soil, the earth, the ground, the rock, the path, all of the things that the seed landed on. And Jesus used that as a way to remind us that not only are all things worthy of receiving God's love, sometimes we're like the garden. We need to till the soil, and we need to in our lives, and we need to nurture and care and feed and water and stand in the sun in order for our lives to grow in love also. And that brings us to today. And it brings to a story that Jesus told to the disciples. It was one of the last things that Jesus said to them. And they'd been having this really long chat, and Jesus said, I've been telling you all along that I said, first of all, I said I was kind of like, I was the light of the world, because I'm the light that shows you the way. And he said, I said I was kind of like bread or food, because I feed, my love feeds you. God's love feeds you. And I said I was kind of like a shepherd, because the shepherd cares for their sheep, just as God's love cares for you. And I kept telling you I was like things, and telling you these stories to show you the way. And the thing about the way is that when I tell you that I'm like this or I'm like that, the light or the bread or the shepherd, I'm not talking about me, Jesus, just me. I'm talking about who I am and how I am and what I am and how I live, the way I live, because the way I live is to live love into the world. And when you live love into the world, that is the way. He could see that the disciples were kind of getting it, but they were a little confused. And he said, think of it kind of like this. It's kind of like this. It's like creation, the world. This world is a garden, and God is the gardener. And I am the vine, from which you are the branches. So we are all connected through who and how and what, the way I am, which is the way of love. That's the vine. And you're all the branches that grow on it. And when we grow in love, and we grow in healthy ways, and we grow fruit, which is our lives that are good and well and whole. And one of the disciples suddenly piped up and he said, so what you're saying is it's like we're like grapes, really. Like our lives are like grapes. I love grapes. Grapes grow on a vine. Grapes are they're a really delicious fruit. I love them so much. And then one of the other disciples said, so tomatoes sometimes grow on a vine. So our lives are like tomatoes too. Tomatoes are really good for you. I like tomatoes. And the first disciple said, tomatoes aren't fruit, they're a vegetable. You put them in salads and cook them and stuff. The other disciple said, nope, they're not. Actually, tomatoes are actually a fruit. Anything that grows with seeds in it and grows from a flower is a fruit. It's science. And then another disciple piped up and he said, pumpkins grow on a vine. Are pumpkins are fruit. So this is like pumpkins. I like pumpkins. Peas, beans, they're good too, right? They're fruit as well. And Jesus was, okay, hang on, guys, hang on. You're on the right track. You absolutely are. Because that's the thing. It's not only like it's a vine, but there are many vines. There are many vines and many branches. And when they are growing healthy and well and producing fruit or even vegetables, depends on how you look at them, I guess, too. When they're producing, that's our lives. But you got to remember, That's all coming from one place, isn't it? The vine grows from where? The earth. The vine grows from the one earth. It grows in the one earth from the one rain that falls on everyone, the one air that everyone breathes and every plant grows in, the one sun that shines on everyone and everything. Because we are one world. We are one earth, and we are connected through the earth to each other and to God and to all of the things that are in creation. And the power of that, the energy of that, the life of that is God's love. Under one sun, one rain, one earth, one world in which we all live. One light, one sun lighting everyone. One world's turning everyone. One world, one world home for everyone. One dream, one song heard by everyone. One love, one heart warming everyone. One hope, one joy, one love filling everyone. One light, one sun lighting everyone. One light warming everyone.
Welcome back. Today it's our last day. We've had so much fun. We've done earthing in so many places. Today we're going to be in a place that represents the forest or the forest floor, and to do our earthing or to do our grounding. There was a study that was done that said that the most electrons you can get, most healthy electrons you can get is in a forest. And so today we're going to take on common ground, because almost everywhere in the world there is forests. Hopefully there's a forest by you, but if not, you might have a pine tree by you and pine needles. So today we're going to talk about common ground and earthing in common ground, or it can be in any ground. But again, it's that intention. So I want you to think about trees when you're grounding. So trees grow upward and they go downward, just like this beautiful tree here behind me. So the roots go down and the branches go up, and we grow like that too. We grow with our roots in the ground and reaching up towards the beautiful sky that God created. So let's do our mantra again today. And I'm going to take off my shoes again. And today we're going to do our last mantra that's kind of about you. I'm taking off my sandals again, so we aren't insulated from the earth, that we are connected. And as you can see, there is a bed of pine needles under me, and rocks and tree branches, and this very interesting old branch that I picked up a long time ago from a beach that's got a rock right in it, which I love this one. The rock grew right in there. Okay, let's take a deep breath. In and out. And the mantra today is, I am beautiful and worthy of all beautiful things. Deep breath in and out. I am beautiful and worthy of all beautiful things. Deep breath in and out. I am beautiful and worthy of all beautiful things. We'll finish off with a prayer of thanks for this entire week, for all of our days, and thank you for joining us. Deep breath in. Dear Creator, thank you for all, for the grass, for the good soil, for the water and the sand, for the stones in the sky, for the forest, and all that grow within, all that grow on the earth, all that live and thrive on the earth. We love you and we thank you for this great creation, for this beautiful day in this beautiful life. With deep gratitude and love, we thank you for all. Amen.
Holy ground!
Oh, hello all you campers. I just wanted to pop in and do a quick recap video here. Y'all remember our lettuce? What? Pretty great. Best results for this is putting it straight into the ground, but I realize not everybody has maybe space for that. And so doing it in a container works. The bigger the container, the better the growth. But yeah, here's our little lettuce growing all on its own. Here is our aloe vera plant that is growing a root system inside of the banana. Now it might not be enough time, but we're gonna check and just see. So we're doing this together. I have not pulled this out yet, so let's see what has happened so far. Oh, look at that. How do I see that tiny little white thing on the end? That's a root starting. It's working. And the reason why I have to stop doing this, or maybe leave it outside, is this hole inside of the banana has created a massive amount of fruit flies in my house. Ugh. So it's coming outside now. So we will repot that little guy and he'll live his very best life. So I hope you guys had a wonderful week of Holy Ground Camp and you learned lots of cool stuff, and I hope that I got to teach you some cool stuff. I really do love sharing stuff about gardening and learning stuff and trying stuff, obviously. And yeah, have an excellent summer and an excellent week, and we will be catching up with you guys soon. Bye for now.
Holy ground!
Hi guys, welcome back to St. Mary's. It's day 5 of the VBS already, and today we're talking about common ground. Common ground means your race, your religion, how young or old you are. Everyone can partake in walking together and becoming one with God. So I want you to take a friend on the journey with you. Take an aunt, an uncle, a mum or a dad, grandma or grandpa, and teach them about walking on the labyrinth and how you can grow closer together with God.
Holy ground! Well, here we are back with today's craft. Now, I just want to say, by the way, every day you've probably been watching the craft and thinking to yourself, is that a giraffe next to Lori? And yes, it is. Yes, that is actually 2 giraffes just over here in the room. They're from a play. And Lion King, in fact. And the big tall one's actually, it's like 6 feet tall. But yes, those are giraffes.
One day we should have a tea party and use things
Have giraffes?
like that, and big teddy bears.
Yeah, we should. We should totally do that. Today's craft is both really simple to do and also super creative and just a really interesting way to go out and and find stuff in the world. So all you're going to need from your bag today is this.
It's a little
This
canvas.
tiny little canvas. And you're going to need, from home, you're going to need your glue gun again, or a glue stick, or the glue, white glue, any kind of glue that you have. And then you need to go outside.
I could grab them if I want.
I think you're overreaching there, Lori. I went outside and I collected up some stuff, some little things, some bits of like twigs and some leaves, some different kinds of leaves. There's a leaf there. I apparently did this a little while ago and they're starting to wilt a bit, but here's a little one there too. This guy's even still got like a little bit of a root on him, but go outside and collect like interesting little things. See how big your canvas is?
Not big.
So the idea is to create a tiny little world of green and brown and the colors of the earth and the world around you. And we're going to glue those onto the canvas. And so I'm going to start with this guy. I just hope I'm not going to glue myself here, Lori. I'm going to start by putting this guy all along one side, just like that.
Oh, I like that.
And then I'm going to get this guy, and I'm going to put a little glue on him too. And I'm going to put him on this side.
Oh, I like it.
Thank you. You want to put him there?
Yeah.
Let's put a little glue on the canvas. And we'll put this guy down like that.
Let's put him right there.
And right there. Okay, we'll put a little glue on there. And like if you happen to, by the way, if you happen to have the glue, like glitter glue, or glue, like the kind of glue that's got colored and stuff, by all means, use that. Did you mean to put that there?
Nope, you can put it wherever you want.
Okay, I'm just gonna put them here. Then I'll put a little bit of glue there.
Mm-hmm.
Dollop them there.
Put a little bit over this way.
A little bit more over that way. Okay.
How about this guy here?
And we'll put this guy over here. Sure. Oh, it's like they're all connected at the bottom.
Now
there,
let's put this guy across there.
Okay, that looks interesting because like that's his root end.
Oh, where do you want it?
I don't know. I think it seems to me like the root should be at the bottom, don't you think?
You can put it wherever you like.
No,
I like him a lot.
I liked it coming up here though.
Yeah.
I thought let's stick this under here.
Good idea.
And so kind of hide the root part, and just a little bit of glue there.
Awesome.
And
that was a fast craft, but really
But you know,
effective.
it doesn't have to be either. It depends on what you've picked to put on your canvas. And
you put a little bit more glue there.
I apparently did not glue him sufficiently. And he's flopping all over. Where was he?
He was like right there. So if you put a
little bit there.
A little bit there, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There's many ways in which you can do this too, right? And it depends on what you collect from outside. Make sure you get little things is the thing. But the other thing you can do is you can use the canvas as a base and build something with it, right? Like use your twigs to make a little bit of a frame, and then maybe put your plants in the frame and stuff like. There's so many ways in which you can do this. The important thing is that you get outside, collect your little pieces and your little things, and then put them together and create with what you've collected from outside. Create your own like little world.
You may have leftover flowers from the other day.
Absolutely.
And you could use those.
That would look awesome too.
We used our flowers.
I just used green and brown in this, but yeah, some colorful flowers would be cool too. That'd be awesome. Super cool. Enjoy creating.
Creating. So fun.
Holy ground! Well, we've come to the end of our week. I hope it's not just the end of the week though. I hope it's for you maybe the beginning of discovering new things outdoors, new ways to connect with the earth, new ways to understand our relationship with the earth and with each other and with God, who is the love and life that is in all things. I hope that maybe you've learned some new things about earthing and about mindful walking and gardening and some stories. And most of all, I hope this has been an opportunity to connect with each other and with the earth and with God. So I want to say a word of thanks to, first of all, to Lori and Brielle and Treena and their families for their part in all of this. Really, truly appreciated. Thank you for your support and your wisdom. Thanks to Graham for being the mastermind behind putting all of this together. Thank you so much, Graham, for always being there. Thanks to Charlotte in the office in Pinoka, and thanks to the folks at BDSS in Bashaw, especially the young folks at BDSS who were helpful in putting our kits together so that you could pick those up if you had one of those. And thanks most especially to you. May we all go our way blessed by God's love.
It's a great big world, and I am only me, but you are you. Together we are God's family. The words we say and the prayers we pray, let the work of our hands spread love all across the land. If we want to make a difference, if we want to take a stand and learn to serve each other like Jesus said we should. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Whoa, yeah, whoa. All around the world, everybody's the same. We are wanting one thing, and that is to be loved. So demonstrate the love that God gave in all we do and say. Let's live it out every day. If we want to make a difference, if we want to take a stand and learn to serve each other like Jesus said we should. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Whoa, yeah, whoa. Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to take a stand? Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to take a stand? Jesus said we should. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah. Whoa, yeah, whoa. Do love, be love, give love, love one another. Do love, be love, give love, love one another, love one another, yeah.
Holy, 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 holy ground.